So you want me to tell you about my children? I need to know something before I do that. You're not with the FBI, Department of Social Services. Well, raising children, well, that's no joke. Especially the children that I got. Now, I come from Louisiana. And it might be that my children are brain damaged. My children are brain damaged because we've got nuclear power plants down there. And I'm quite sure that I drank enough of that Louisiana water that it might have gotten into their DNA. So as we moved from down there, their childhood was relatively normal until they got a bit older. And you know, something seemed to change, like a metamorphosis of some sort. My oldest child, and he is old enough to be a man, but I still call him a child, and I've told him that he will not be a man until his daddy tells him that he is a man, because he has no responsibility. See, raising children, I've tried to teach the boy, but we have what you call a hand-to-hand relationship. My hand goes to my wallet and right into his hand, you see, and he can't get beyond that fact that he has to take some responsibility. He was dropped on his head as a child. It's unfortunate. Bless his heart, he can't help it. But if he were to get into a bind, he thinks that money just comes right out of my pocket. But he wants to be a man, and he tells me all the time that he is a man. But see, he's brain damaged. So he doesn't really know that he is stuck forever with the mind of a 12-year-old. He can't help it. My youngest son is a little bit better than that. He blows a horn, you know. I think it relieves the pressure in his head. He's got a hair, and his hair, I tried to tell him that he needs to be presentable out in society. But he doesn't pay no attention to me. That's because he's brain damaged. He doesn't know any better. So he wears his hair just in the old way that he wants to. He thinks it looks good, but I keep trying to tell him that it doesn't. But he don't listen to me because he's brain damaged. But he's a good boy. He makes pretty good grades, and he blows that horn. I'm quite proud of him. I think between the two that he may be the one that makes something of himself. He wants to be a heart doctor, but I told him that maybe he ought to be a brain surgeon, because maybe he could do something about his brain. You see, my philosophy of children and raising children is that you bring them into the world, and then they grow up and they leave the house. And that's the way it's supposed to be, but they don't do that. I don't know if I'm wrong or they're wrong or what have you, but they just keep sticking around. I don't know why. I remember when I was a boy, I was picking baccy out there in the fields, hot as the blazes, sweat dripping off me like a seared pig on a spittoon. Well, not a spittoon, but on a, you know what I mean. But anyway, I worked all day. And by the time I was 16 years old, I left my home. Because my father thought I was brain damaged too.
He did. I haven't had anything to eat. And we got to pay the bills. Then Mom's running away. Dad.
Please excuse me. As you can see, my children have no manners. It's one of the things that we've been working on. I'm coming! Boy! Well, that time you learn